Hello, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading, whoever you're thinking about. That is who this reading is intended to be about. And everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that is in the description box below for you. There is a reading for each sign, and there are timestamps. They are located in the pinned comment below the video, as well as in the description box below. Now, I do have an announcement, and I'm going to be giving away a free 3-question recorded video reading from this reading here. So what to do to enter is you have to like the video, you have to leave a comment on this video, as well as be subscribed. So you have to do those 3 things: like, leave a comment, and be subscribed. And I will be choosing a winner from the comments who meets those criterias. I'm probably going to do that 3 days after the video has posted, okay, to give everybody a chance to watch. Then I will be announcing it. I'll put a post on the channel page, as well as I will comment on their comment, whoever wins. So if you are interested in trying to win a free 3-question recorded video reading, that is how you do it. So we're going to go ahead and get into your readings, but I will see you guys there. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with Aries. How are you? I hope this finds you well. Aries, I don't know if you watched the intro, okay? But I am I'm doing a giveaway to give a free reading from this video. So if you are interested in figuring out how to go about entering for that, you can just go watch the intro. There's a timestamp for it. You can watch the intro part of the video. But we're going to go ahead and get into your reading. Person on Aries' mind and their current feelings towards Aries. Person on Aries' mind and their current feelings towards Aries. All right, at the bottom of the deck, we see the Wheel of Fortune. Some of you could be dealing with a fixed sign, a Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or an Aquarius. And we have the Ace of Wands as the first card out. There's something new. For some of you, it's something new. For some of you, it's somebody coming back wanting a new beginning, okay? So we'll have to see, because the Wheel of Fortune definitely can be something coming back around. It can be something kind of unexpected coming in. So we'll keep going, but I do feel like there is a new opportunity in love for you. For some of you, yes, it can be with a past person. I see the 5 of Swords coming up next. I don't know, Aries, you may question this, because to me the way that this feels is there is somebody here who, for a lot of you, I do think this is a past person, because I feel like there's somebody here who is looking back over at a situation with you, and there's a lot of wishing that they would have done something differently. The 5 of Swords can be a card of reassessment. It can be a card of, you know, we did what we did and now we're looking back over it and we're kind of questioning, you know, is this really what I wanted? Did I do the right things? Should I have handled it this way? And the way that they're laid out here too, it's almost like she's looking over at this, right? And it's facing the past. So I think that somebody is also wanting some kind of new beginning here with you, but they may feel like you're going to question that. And you're not going to be sure if this is something that you want to give to. So I think it's kind of both of those messages, Aries, where I think that there's somebody here who has been like going back over the past with you and questioning things, wishing they would have done things a little differently. And I also think that they are very aware that they're coming towards you with some kind of new beginning, that you may question that. You may not be sure if that's something that you want to or is best for you to give any more energy to. We see the Four of Swords. So I do feel like this is somebody here that you have been in a period of silence or no communication with, but I do feel like they have been very affected by that. The Four of Swords and the Five of Swords right next to each other, you know, to me that can make the Nine of Swords, and I feel like a very upset energy. The other thing that's coming through is in the Nine of Swords, he's kind of sitting up in bed with his head in his hands, like he's just awoken to something, right? It's almost like, if you've ever had that happen where you've been laying in bed and realized that you forgot something, and then you sit up like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot about that. That's kind of the energy that I'm feeling with that, where I feel that maybe during the silence or separation, there's something that this person realized. There's something that they have awoken to. And that realization is hard, okay? Because that's that Nine of Swords energy, right? They are like, I cannot believe this. So I do think there is something about a separation or a silence with you that has shown this person something, caused them to wake up to something. I see the Hangman in the reverse coming up next. I'm getting two separate messages. Sometimes the Hangman in the reverse can be an energy of releasing. I think that this person may wonder if you've already kind of let go, if you've already moved on, especially if they feel like they're not sure, given the past, how you would even receive them. They may wonder with this silence, has Aries already let go? Have they already moved on? The other message that I'm getting from the Hangman in the reverse is it can indicate coming out of a period of silence or stagnation. So if something has been very stuck or stagnant between the two of you, this could indicate this person wanting to kind of come out of that period, which makes sense here with this Wheel of Fortune energy. So coming up, and this part, this just came through when I was looking at this Ace of Wands, and maybe that's why in the beginning I couldn't quite feel out if this was a brand new thing or if this is something from the past. To me, this energy that we're looking at here is the past energy, but I'm still kind of feeling something new for some of you. So this part isn't going to be for all of you, but for some of you, there may have been or is about to be something new entering your life. And I don't mean this person, right? So whether you're already currently dealing with something new or there's somebody new about to come in as well. Coming up under the Ace of Wands, I see the Knight of Cups. So I do feel like this is two messages. First, I do think that there is either already something new in your life or something new about to be entering your life, Aries, outside of this situation. But I do also feel like this is this person wanting to come towards you, having some kind of new beginning. I do feel like there is an emotional confession on its way to you, okay, from this person. This is this person to me coming forward, potentially apologizing or just expressing how they feel to you. Like I said, I think that this person has experienced some kind of awakening or breakthrough when it comes to this connection. And I feel like they're wanting to come forward and express to you what they've seen or what they've realized here, how they're feeling. Coming up under the Five of Swords, I see the Two of Swords in the reverse. And once again, I'm getting a couple different messages with this. The Two of Swords in the reverse to me a lot of times can be when we can no longer pretend or deny or avoid something, right? So with this coming up under the Five of Swords energy, this questioning energy where, you know, this person feels like you may be questioning whether this is something that you would even want to give to. I think it's because things could have gotten to a space where it's like I can no longer pretend or deny or ignore that this is something that is having a negative impact on me, that this is something that has been very difficult for me or maybe isn't even the best for me. So that could definitely be an energy that you've been in when it comes to this person. The other way that I'm seeing this is too, I feel like this person, now that they have realized what they've realized, I feel like they're no longer able to just sit back and let things go without doing something, without expressing something. Coming up under the Four of Swords, I see the the Five of Wands in the reverse. And for some of you, this could be a little surprising, because I feel like with that Two of Swords in the reverse, this person may have been somebody who's been kind of avoidant with you in the past, where like maybe they didn't want to have those, important conversations, or, they were, avoidant in some way when it comes to you in this connection. And I feel like they're not doing that here. So whether that is something that's going to really stand out to you, because it's just very different than their usual. But the Five of Wands in the reverse as well. This can be somebody who's like, I'm not wanting to come in and fight or have any conflict, but it can be an energy of like wanting to work through something or compromise. Coming up underneath the Hangman in the reverse, I see the Emperor in the reverse. Yeah, this person may feel, especially because that's your energy, Aries, this person may feel like they've already lost you. And the Emperor in the reverse too can feel like we feel a little bit powerless, or we feel like something is out of our hands or out of our control. So it could be this person, like if you've already moved on, you've already moved on, and there maybe this person feels like there's nothing that they can do about it. Or it could indicate, well, I can come forward, and yes, the only thing that I can see that I can do is I can come forward and express what I realized and how I feel, but I can't make Aries, hear me out or believe me or want to give me another opportunity. So that is what I'm seeing, Aries. The signs that I see for you, I see all the fixed signs: Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. I see Aries, Leo, Sag, Pisces, Libra, and Aries. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. Everything you need to know about personal readings, all that stuff is in the description box below. And if you are interested in the free reading giveaway, there is the intro part of this video that will tell you how to enter. So I will see you guys in your reading. I already saw you guys in your reading. If you guys want personal prayers for any reason, go ahead and just put a little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, then I will see you next time. Hello Leos, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to go ahead and get into your person on your mind reading. Whoever you're thinking about, that is who this reading is intended to be about. Now, everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. And in case you guys did not watch the intro part of the video, I am giving a free reading away from this video. It's super easy to enter. All you have to do is like, comment, and be subscribed. There are instructions for how to enter for the free reading on the intro part of the video. So if you skipped the intro, I would go watch that part of it if you want to enter for the reading. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. Leo, person on Leo's mind, what are their current feelings towards Leo? The person on Leo's mind, what are their current feelings towards Leo? All right, we have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And the first card out, I have the Four of Pentacles. I feel like there is somebody here who is a little bit, I don't even want to say guarded, but I will say cautious maybe. maybe a little guarded. I feel like it's more cautious is kind of how it's coming through, or careful. But I do feel like there is some kind of like offer being presented to you, or there's some kind of new potential or opportunity with a person. But like I do feel like this person is, like I said, being a little bit cautious. Now, I see the Moon card here. Wow, this explains a lot, actually. I see the Seven of Cups, the Fool card in the reverse, the Queen of Swords, and the Moon card right underneath this. So this energy actually really kind of goes together. The Moon card can talk about just, you know, I'm really trying to trust my intuition, or there are things that I just don't know yet. I don't have enough information. So whether this is something that is, I'm kind of feeling this might be something newer for some of you, Leo, whether somebody new is coming in for you, or maybe you've recently met somebody new. Because the Moon card, it can just be like, I'm still in the dark about things, or I'm still unclear. I don't have enough information. The Queen of Swords also indicates somebody who has been through some things. Okay, the Queen of Swords has been through a lot, and because of that, she really wants to learn from her mistakes, and she doesn't want to go through the things that she's already experienced, right? So she's still open. She's still open to new love, but she also, you know, has boundaries, and she also is very quick to cut something out if she realizes it's not in alignment. She makes her decisions from a place of experience. The Fool card in the reverse, somebody who's not going to, you know, not big on taking big risks or chances on things. So this is somebody who's like, I don't want to risk my heart. I want to make sure that if I'm getting involved with something, that there is real potential here. And then we have the Seven of Cups. To me, it's just like, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure what this is yet. And that's okay for something that is new, right? I don't mind this energy for something that is so new. But to me, I like this. This to me indicates somebody they know what they want. They want something solid. They're looking for something with real potential. They're not wanting to waste their time. We have the Strength card coming up next. So a little bit of holding back here. But like I said, I feel like some of this is okay, given that it's something that's pretty new here, or newer. And like I said, I feel like it's not like they're wanting to be in this energy permanently. This is somebody who's like, I'm open to, you know, having something real once I know that this is something that's worth investing into. And, you know, the Strength card too, it is also your energy. It is Leo energy. So it indicates that I think you are in this person's energy. This person is thinking about you. They are feeling things about you. The other thing with that is it's about having courage, right? Courage to kind of face those fears. We have the Three of Wands in the reverse. Now this one here, this one's hard. I feel like this person's trying right now not to have a lot of expectations. Maybe because in the past they, you know, did too quickly, and they felt like they were really let down or disappointed. So I feel like this is somebody who's like trying to just kind of take it one day at a time. And it's like, you know what, I'm trying not to have too much hope or have too much expectations. The only thing I would say that could be a little bit challenging about this energy is sometimes the Three of Wands in the reverse can indicate a little bit of a pessimistic energy, right? Where it's somebody who's not really expecting something to go the way that they want it to go. And I feel like this just comes from, like I said, this person's experiences that they've had. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So I do feel like this person is somebody who is single. Okay, I think they are single here. I also don't really mind this energy in the sense that, one, I think this is somebody who really does know what they want. I also think they are somebody who wants somebody, but they don't necessarily need somebody. And that's a very different energy to be in, right? Somebody who is like, I would like to have a partner to share my life with. I would like to have somebody to, love in my life. But I'm not desperate for it, or I'm not in a space where I feel like I can't be happy without it. Coming up under the Four of Pentacles, I see the Hermit. Yeah. So, the Hermit is somebody who had to go through something. in order to have the perspective that they have. You know, the Hermit has climbed to the top of the mountain on his own in order to be able to gain the clarity and the perspective that they're able to have right now. And I do kind of feel like that. I feel like I said, this is more of a confirmation of the things that this person has had to go through or experience to be able to be in the space that they're in. And I do think they have enough self-awareness to realize, I don't want to be too guarded. I don't want to be too cautious or closed off, but I also don't want to make the mistakes that I've made in the last time or the last few times. You know, it feels like somebody who is trying to, like, you know, walk that very fine line of, you know, I want to be careful, but I don't want to be too guarded. I want to not get hurt, but I still want to be open to new possibilities. Coming up underneath the Strength card, we have the Eight of Pentacles. This could be somebody too who has goals or, you know, work or things like that they're very focused on at this time. I think this person is somebody who has overcome a lot. I really do like this because they have two eights coming out right next to each other, and the eights really represent mastery. And so whether it's like, you know, there's a lot that they've learned or a lot that they've overcome, I like that energy a lot. The eights can also represent cycles where I feel like this person may have finally, you know, broken free from difficult cycles or patterns that they've had in their life. Coming up underneath the Three of Wands in the reverse, I see the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, I think this person really just wants to make sure that you are genuine. You know, that this is something that is genuine. The Eight of Pentacles too, I think this person is willing to, like, really just focus on you, on this connection, and really put the work in, like, once they know that. So like I said, I feel like this is something that's either getting ready to come in for you, or this is something that is, you know, in your field already, but it's very new. And the Three of Wands too can also be a card of, like, making plans for the future. I feel like somebody's trying not to let themselves get too far ahead of themselves yet. Because the Knight of Cups too can also be a dream or a vision. So when it comes up in the reverse, I feel like this person is trying not to, you know, fantasize too much or picture the future too much. It's like, I feel like they're trying to stay really present in the moment. And I think we're all kind of have been guilty of this in our lives, Leo, where we kind of fall in love with, you know, the possibility or the potential. And I feel like someone's like, I don't want to do that this time. I want to, you know, I want to take things slow and I want to be real. Coming up under the Nine of Pentacles, I see the Two of Swords. So at this point, it does look like somebody's not fully sure about you or the connection. And like I said, I really do feel like this is just a matter of time. You know, I think it's because it's something that's new. And I think this is one of those things that only time, trust, and experience will alleviate, right? The more time that you guys spend together and get to know each other and interact and start to move things forward, you know, that's what's going to change things here. But I do feel like this person looks at this as a very solid potential opportunity, and they do want this. You know, I think they're just afraid to get their hopes up. So I'm very interested in seeing how this plays out here. Now, the signs I'm seeing for you, I see all the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So some of you definitely, there's a lot of earth energy here. Some of you could definitely be dealing with an earth sign, or it could just indicate that this is something that really does have a lot of those earth qualities to it, right? Something stable, serious, secure, lasting. So aside from the earth energy, I see Leo, Aries, Pisces, and Libra. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can still resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. Everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below and I will go through and pray for you. If you are interested in how to, you know, I can't even think of the right word, how to try to get the free reading. It's super easy. There are instructions in the intro part of the video. But I will see you guys in your next reading. Hello, Sagittarius. How are you? I hope this finds you well. So we're going to go ahead and get into your person on your mind reading. We're looking at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. Now, in case you did not watch the intro part of the video, I am giving away a free reading from this video. Okay, it's super easy to put your, enter for the reading. It's super easy to enter, and there are instructions on how to do so in the intro part of the video. And there is a timestamp for it, so you can just go click on the thing that says intro and it'll take you right there. The timestamps are in the pinned comment as well as in the description box below. But I will see you, well, I guess I'm seeing you right now because we are in your reading, huh? All right, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get into it. We're looking at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. At the bottom of the deck, I see the Knight of Wands in the reverse. And I see the Seven of Wands in the reverse. I'm getting a couple different messages from this, so just take it how it applies for your situation. For some of you, if there has been somebody that has been very inconsistent in your life, very in and out, hot and cold, I think that there is somebody who wants to come towards you, but they're like, I want to come towards you differently. Like, I don't want to be inconsistent anymore. I don't want things to be inconsistent between us anymore. They could want you to let your guard down when it comes to them. They could want to let their guard down when it comes to you. That is kind of how I'm feeling it. I feel like there has been something very either on and off, inconsistent, in this connection, whether the connection itself has been that. So maybe this has been a connection that's been very on and off again, or whether it's, a person, you or this other person that has been very like hot and cold or in and out. There's a recognition from this person of that energy. And it's like, I don't want it to be like that anymore. Like I said, the Seven of Wands in the reverse can indicate a letting of a guard down, right? Whether this person is like, I want to let my guard down with you. I want you to let your guard down with me. The other way that I can see this too is the Seven of Wands in the reverse. To me, sometimes can be a card of having doubts. In the upright position, it can be a card of conviction. So in the reverse, sometimes I feel like it can be, somebody who's like questioning something or having doubt. So it's like, I want this, but can we do that? I want things to be this way. I don't want things to be inconsistent or on and off with us anymore, but is that realistic? This is obviously somebody here too who does feel a lot of desire or passion for you, because the first two cards out, you have that want energy. And I feel like that. I feel like there's still a lot of like intensity or a lot of passion that this person feels. Some of you could be dealing with another fire sign. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. I see the Queen of Cups in the reverse coming up next. I also think this person is kind of questioning their intuition. And that really goes with that Seven of Wands in the reverse, where it's like having these doubts. Because somebody's like, I don't know if this is my intuition telling me this or if this is just what I want, right? Because I do feel like there could be somebody here who's feeling some kind of pull towards you, or desire to kind of stabilize things, and they are feeling really pulled in that direction. But now I feel like they're questioning, is this just because this is something that I really want, or is this my intuition really telling me that this is the direction that I'm supposed to be going? And you could have a hard time maybe when it comes to your intuition, when it comes to this person. Whether it's that you question whether something is what you want or your intuition too, or whether it's that, you haven't always listened to your intuition when it comes to this person. I also feel like this person could be wondering if you still feel about them or care about them in the way that you once did. We have the Five of Cups coming up next. There's a lot of regret here that this person has. The Five of Cups, you know, a lot of regret. They could feel like they were focusing on the wrong things in the past. That's one way that that could resonate. But I also just feel like somebody could be grieving you. Like somebody is feeling very down, feeling very sad. You know, just having a hard time with the situation being what it is between the two of you, or the dynamic being what it is between the two of you. But I do feel like there is regret here as well. I see the Page of Wands coming up next. I think this person's holding on to something. They're holding on to something that was said. And I think it's in a, I don't really necessarily feel like it's in a negative way, right? Where it's like there's something like upsetting that this person is holding on to. For some of you, it could resonate that way, of course, but it's not really how it's feeling to me. I feel like it's more of like maybe in the past you said something to this person like, you know, these are just examples. It doesn't have to be these exact things, right? Like, I'm always going to love you, or I don't think I'll ever be able to move on from this, or there's something that you said to this person that they're holding on to, right? I'm really drawn to that here in this deck. You can see he's like, has some kind of like letter or something that he's like clutching to his chest, like he's holding on, like almost looks very kind of like it means something to them, and it's almost like a very almost desperate kind of an energy there. And it could even be like memories or moments that this person feels like that's what they have left, and that's what they're really holding on to. Some of you, maybe it's something that you've written. Maybe there's a text or a card or a letter or something like that that they go back and read. Coming up underneath the Seven of Wands in the reverse, I see the Page of Cups in the reverse. Definitely feel like somebody doesn't know what to say. They don't know. To me, this is like, I don't know how to approach a situation. I don't know what to do, what to say. I know what I want. Especially if they're coming out into the Seven of Wands in the reverse, right? Where we talked about that can be talking about having doubts, or, you know, wanting to let their guard down, your guard down when it comes to them. So it's like, I know that that's what I want, but I don't know what to do or say to have that happen. And they could also be questioning whether, like, should I reach out? Should I not reach out? Should I say something? Should I not say something? Coming up under the Queen of Cups in the reverse, I see the Magician. So I think that's a confirmation for what we just said, where I think this person knows exactly what they want and they really want to make it happen, but they're not quite sure about what their intuition is telling them. Like, is this what my intuition is telling me, or is this what I just want? And does Sagittarius still care about me, or still have feelings for me in the way that I do? Do they still, you know, and I don't know if that's coming from the place of regret, because it is coming out next to the Five of Cups here, where maybe somebody feels like they messed up so badly, or they have so much regret that they can see, like, I can understand why Sagittarius may not want to reconnect, or may not feel the same way. Coming up underneath the Five of Cups, I see the Eight of Swords. So this person does feel very restricted in some way. And now whether that is restricted by the past, as in, you know, I can't, what's done is done. I cannot go back and do anything differently. So I do feel like there is a lot of, like I said, restriction that this person feels. The Eight of Swords too is all the different reasons that we have why something, you know, isn't going to go the way that we want it to go. So this person knows exactly what they want, but then they have all these reasons why it might not go. It might not work. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. What about this? What about that? Coming up underneath the Page of Wands, I see the Death card. Now you do have two pages here, and it does end with a page, the Page of Wands here. For some of you, you could end up hearing from this person, but for most of you, the way that this is more feeling like, I feel like there is just something here that this person is really holding on to. I don't feel like they want something to be over. I feel like they do want to change the dynamic between the two of you, but they doubt whether that's something that they can do. And, you know, with the Death card, I think they're just really feeling very restricted. I feel like they're trying to deal with this ending itself, how they're feeling with it, but also trying to deal with what it is that they want. They almost feel like, you know, very far away, or it feels like what they want is very unrealistic right now. So for some of you, there could be communication. I don't feel like that for most of you, though. The signs I'm seeing for you, though, I do see Sagittarius, Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Leo, Sag. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. Everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. And information for Patreon, our personal readings, all that stuff's in the description box below. If you are interested in entering for the free reading giveaway, the reading is going to be a 3-question recorded video reading for free. It's super easy to enter. Everything you need to know is in the intro part of the video. But that is what I have for you. And if you want personal prayers, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here and I will see you next. Hello Capricorns, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to go ahead and get into your person on your mind reading. Whoever you're thinking about, that's who this reading is intended to be about. Now, in case you guys did not watch the intro video, I am doing a giveaway. I am giving away a free reading from this video. It's super easy to enter. And instructions on how to do that, all the information about the giveaway is in the intro part of the video. So if you haven't watched that, go and click on the intro part. It will tell you exactly what to do. It's super easy. And then you can be entered to win a free 3-question video reading. So I'm going to focus on their energy towards you and we'll go ahead and get into it. The person on Capricorn's mind. What are their current feelings towards Capricorn? The person on Capricorn's mind. What are their current feelings towards Capricorn? Person on Capricorn's mind. What are their current feelings towards Capricorn? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Moon card in the reverse. And we have the Three of Swords. I'm getting a couple different messages, Capricorn. For some of you, I do feel like there is something that is coming up for this person. The Moon card can talk about, you know, something that has been hidden or even our subconscious. I do kind of feel a little bit of that type of an energy here where I think that for some of you, this person has been kind of avoiding or trying to push down, like just not allowing themselves to go there when it comes to, you know, their feelings, when it comes to like really even, you know, sitting down and thinking about this connection or feeling things. You know, I feel like there's a lot that they've been like either repressing or ignoring or, you know, shoving down, that kind of thing here. I feel like there's things that are starting to come up for some of you. And I do think that it hurts. You know, whatever's coming up, whatever these realizations are, these feelings that are coming up, I think somebody's really having to kind of, you know, face them and really feel their feelings here with the Moon card in the reverse and the Three of Swords. The other thing that's coming up here, for some of you, there could be something that this person is just now realizing, like something that they were not seeing before that they're seeing now. Something that has been like revealed to them. And I think that it could be very, whatever they're seeing could be very hurtful or very hard to see. I see the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Now the Queen of Pentacles is your energy, Capricorn. And with this coming up in the reverse, it does kind of feel like, I think somebody feels very far away from you. Very, yeah, I mean, that's just how it's coming through. I think somebody feels very far away from you or very disconnected from you. Maybe more than they, you know, ever have. Even if you guys are in, you know, a period of no contact or something. Maybe they always still felt some kind of connection with you, right? Or felt your energy. There's something here where I do feel like somebody feels more disconnected from you than they maybe ever have. This could also be where this person, because, you know, with the Queen of Pentacles being your energy and it coming up in the reverse, I think part of what this person could be realizing here is, I'm trying to think of how to say this, but I like clearly, I think that this person could be recognizing what, you know, maybe words or actions or behaviors, choices have negatively impacted you. It's like the weight of somebody's, you know, the weight of things coming through. We have the Four of Swords in the reverse coming up next. Now, too, here with this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, as soon as I pulled the next card, this is something else came up. The Queen of Pentacles really prioritizes the right things and, you know, really nurtures and takes care of the things that are important. She has the right priorities. She really puts a lot of effort in. You know, this person with this coming up in the reverse, this person may be having a lot of like would have, could have, should have energy, or a lot of regrets on, you know, where they didn't always maybe prioritize the right things, or they didn't always put in, you know, the right effort, or handle things in the way that they wish that they would have. With the Four of Swords in the reverse coming up next, one, I feel like somebody's feeling very unsettled. I feel like somebody's struggling with a sense of peace when it comes to this situation, especially with all the stuff that is coming up. It's like somebody is just, I feel like they feel very, very unsettled. And I feel like they're not able to kind of quiet their mind, or they're not able to get a sense of peace. No longer able to ignore something or push something down. Four of Swords in reverse too could indicate that this person recognizes there is a lot of healing that needs to take place, whether that is within themselves, within you, within the connection. This could also, sometimes the Four of Swords, and we will clarify these so we will get more information on exactly how they're resonating in a moment, but the Four of Swords in reverse sometimes can talk about like breaking a silence or coming out of a period of, you know, silence. So we'll see if that resonates that way too. The Five of Wands in the reverse coming up next. Somebody could want to communicate with the Four of Swords in the reverse and the Five of Wands in the reverse coming out together. I think somebody could want to communicate with you, but it's like they don't want to fight. They want to like either try to work through something or try to like compromise. And I think they don't want to make things more difficult for you. Coming up under the Three of Swords, we have the Six of Swords in the reverse. I don't think that they fully moved on from something here. Maybe in their mind they thought that they have, but I think that's part of what's coming up, is they're having things come up that show them that they're not as over this as maybe they thought that they were. There's also, like I said, that really confirms that struggling to find a sense of peace, struggling to move past something in their mind. Coming up under the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, I see the Three of Pentacles. This is also Capricorn energy. So we have two Capricorn energies coming out right underneath each other, one clarifying the other. The Three of Pentacles can be an energy, it's almost in a little ways similar to that Five of Wands in the reverse, where it's like the way that it's coming through anyways, of the Three of Pentacles is like wanting to compromise and wanting to work through something. You know, I think part of this as well, Capricorn, is that this may not just been a relationship, right? But what I mean by that is like This could be somebody that you've had like a very solid like friendship with too. Maybe that was the basis of your relationship, or despite everything else, like you always had, there's a specific like type of bond or foundation that your connection always had. And I feel like somebody has a lot of regrets because of that, because it's like, not only did we lose this, you know, relationship, like the romantic aspect of this, you know, love, but like also this, you know, bond, this friendship. And like I said, I feel like they feel more disconnected. And I think that that is really weighing on them. Coming up underneath the Four of Swords in the reverse, I see the Devil in the reverse. Some of you could be dealing with another Capricorn, because you do have a lot of Capricorn energy coming through here. It could to me just indicate that you are really in this person's energy, right? Because there's a lot of Capricorn energy in their energy. So, you know, they're thinking a lot about you. They're feeling a lot about you. Like you're taking up a lot of space in their mind and in their heart. The Devil in the reverse, though, can be where we can no longer ignore something that is having a negative impact on us. And with it coming out under the Four of Swords in the reverse, this person may recognize that there is a lot that they need to heal within themselves, right? Maybe it's like, I don't think that I can make something healthy work until I work on this in myself. I can no longer ignore it. Look at what it's cost me. That's one way that this could resonate. But the other, you know, the other thing is the Devil can be like obsessive thinking and attachment. With the Four of Swords in reverse, this person may be wanting to break the silence because they're wanting to come out of this energy. Coming up underneath the Five of Wands in the reverse, I see the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse can indicate, you know, feeling like something may not be a good investment, or it may be a waste of time, or something that you shouldn't invest any more energy into. I don't think it's telling you that that is the case. I think that it's more of like this person feels that you are no longer going to be willing to fight for something, that you're going to view this connection as something that isn't worth putting any more into. Maybe you've already given all you can give to the connection. So that is what I have for you, Capricorn. The signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Pisces, Libra, Aquarius, Capricorn. A lot of Capricorn energy. I see Leo and Taurus. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I do hope that this helps, and everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Hello Taurus, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to go ahead and get into your person on your mind reading, whoever you're thinking about. That is who this reading is intended to be about. And in case you did not watch the intro part of the video, at the beginning of the reading there is a little button that, you know, in the timestamps that says intro. You can always go back and watch it now if you want to. But I am giving away a free reading. It's a free 3-question recorded video reading. It's super easy to enter. You enter on this video. And if you want to enter, you can go watch the intro part and it will give you the instructions on how to do so. Now let's go ahead, Taurus, and take a look and see what is going on for you guys. Person on your mind reading. Person on your mind and their current feelings towards you, Taurus. All right. At the bottom of the deck, I see the Nine of Swords in the reverse. And the first card out, I see the Six of Cups. Taurus, somebody is looking back over the past. You know, the Six of Cups can be a very reminiscent energy. It's a very nostalgic energy. It's an energy that indicates that somebody is like dwelling on the past or thinking about the past, remembering the past. And it can also indicate that this is somebody that maybe you've been dealing with for a while, or somebody that you have history with. Because I do feel like this person does view you as somebody that they do have some kind of history with. But specifically, Taurus, I think that there is somebody here who is thinking back over. The words that are coming to me is like the way it used to be. Even the way that you used to be. Because I feel like you might be... There's something different, okay? Especially with the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So the Nine of Swords in the reverse to me can indicate not being as affected or impacted or hooked or emotional or something as you used to be, okay? The Nine of Swords in the reverse indicates, you know, something isn't having the same kind of impact on us in one way or another that it used to. And this person is seeing that through your actions, your energy, your behavior. And they're looking back over the past, right? And they're like, wow, you know, in the past when this would happen, Taurus always did this, and now they're doing this. Or in the past, Taurus always used to, you know, reach out to me every morning, and now they don't. Like there's something, it doesn't have to be those specific things, but there's something here that this person is realizing that is very different than how it always used to be. Coming up next, we have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. One, I'm getting a couple different things from this too. So for some of you, Taurus, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse indicates somebody who really just doesn't have their stuff together right now. Yeah, I mean, whether it's just, and that can resonate in a lot of different ways, right? Maybe it's financially, maybe it's just mentally, emotionally, but it's like not like being fully stable, not having themselves together. The other way that it can resonate is there can be some kind of an attachment here with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So it could indicate like maybe you guys are not in a commitment, right? It's not a serious like commitment, but there's some kind of connection, right? Where it's like you guys always kind of come back together, or there's some kind of an attachment here, even if it's not a commitment. The Nine of Pentacles in the reverse can also be a very draining energy. It's something that, you know, can take a lot from you. So I would be mindful of that. And especially with it coming up over the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, or the Six of Cups, this person may feel like maybe that's why you're in this energy that you are when it comes to them with this Nine of Swords in the reverse. Why something has changed is they may feel like, yes, there is some kind of an attachment here between the two of us, but you know, this has taken a lot from Taurus. You know, this has been very draining or very hard on Taurus. Now, you do have two nines here. So we have 3 cards and we already have 2 nines. So that's definitely an anomaly here. And the nines can, one, represent an energy that needs to get wrapped up, okay? So it can indicate that maybe something has been in the same space for quite a while. So maybe that's part of it too. It's like something hasn't changed. It's been the same way for a long time. Coming up next, I see the Justice card. So part of this is actually, I think there's a little bit of an accountability coming through where somebody's seen that this has taken a lot from you. It has been very draining. And the Justice card can be a card of karma, right? So this could indicate, you know, somebody's like, well, my actions, choices, or behaviors is why things are the way that they are. Like, this is why Taurus is in this energy. Because karma, in this sense, it's very cause and effect, right? Now this could, and we will clarify these too, this could indicate that somebody maybe does want to apologize or does want to try to bring something back into balance. We will see as we clarify. Could indicate that there's maybe been a lot of truth that has come out in this situation as well. We have the Knight of Pentacles coming up next, which is your energy, Taurus. So to me, this says that you are in this person's energy in some way, even if you're not in communication with this person, which for some of you, I feel like you are. For others of you, it could just be that you're still in this person's energy, like they are still thinking about you and feeling things about you. The Knight of Pentacles, too, can be an energy of moving towards you cautiously. So somebody could be coming towards you very cautiously here. It could indicate that somebody, the Knight of Pentacles sometimes to me can be when we know exactly what we need to do, but we're struggling to follow through. Like we're struggling to actually do it. So this person may recognize, you know, what needs to change, but they may be struggling with actually implementing those changes. Coming up under the Six of Cups, we have the Emperor in the reverse. To me, that feels like there is this, the Emperor in the reverse sometimes can indicate, I'm actually getting two separate messages with this. I'm going to give them both to you. First, for some of you, I feel like it represents the fact that some things with the Emperor in the reverse can feel out of our control, or we feel powerless, or we feel like something is out of our hands. When it comes to the Six of Cups being the past, right, it could indicate that this person's like, I can't do anything to change the past. I can't go back and change the past. That's something that is not something I have control over. So that's one way that that could resonate. The other thing that's coming up here, though, is the Emperor sometimes it can be the opposite of the energy, like with that. The other way that it can resonate when it comes up in the reverse is sometimes it's more of the shadow aspect of that energy. And the shadow aspect of the Emperor can be like a very controlling in a bad way kind of an energy. This person may feel like in the past they had a lot more control over you mentally or emotionally, right? Like they felt like they were a lot more easily able to, whether it was like manipulate you or control you or get what they wanted from you in the past than they are now. Coming up underneath the Nine of Pentacles, so it could be either one of those messages, it could be both of them. Just take it how it applies for your situation. Coming up underneath the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. So for some of you, there could have been third-party situations involved in this in the past, but I think somebody justified that by indicating like, okay, well, we weren't really committed. We were attached, but we weren't in a relationship, or we weren't committed. For some of you, I feel like there's something like that coming up, right? So like I said, that's not going to be the case for all of you, but I do feel like it is for some of you where this person felt that way. It was almost like that was why they wouldn't fully commit, was because they knew what they were doing here. Now, this person may too feel right now, especially if you have pulled your energy back towards, like if something has changed in your energy and you have pulled your energy back here, somebody could be really feeling that. The Three of Cups in reverse could indicate this person feels a little bit more lonely or isolated, or they feel like, you know, you used to like really spend a lot of time with them or communicate with them a lot, and you're not doing that as much here. So it could resonate that way too. The Justice card coming up next, we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. If there has been other people involved in this or other parties, I feel like the truth has come out for a lot of you about that with that Justice card energy. In the past, the Seven of Cups sometimes can be trying to make things seem like something other than what they are. And this person maybe that was something this person was able to do in the past, right? Like maybe they were able to explain things away or make things seem like something that it wasn't, and you believe them, in the past. I feel like that's something that doesn't work anymore. Like I feel like whatever, you see through it now in a way that you didn't before. Now, I also feel like here too, like I said, I feel like there is some kind of accountability, even if they're not giving the accountability to you. There's this recognition with themselves of why things are the way that they are. Because the Seven of Cups in the reverse too could say that this person knows that you're seeing things clearly. They're not able to kind of like pull the wool over your eyes anymore. It's a very realistic energy too, where I feel like somebody's finally just being really real, where maybe in the past they even tried to, elude themselves, where I feel like they're not able to do that anymore. Coming up underneath the Knight of Pentacles, I do see the Sun card here. Yeah, so I think there has been a lot that has been exposed. I do feel for some of you, this person may try to come towards you here cautiously because they're not quite sure. You're not the same version of you that you used to be. And they do see that. And they know exactly why things are the way that they are. And on some level, they feel like, okay, well, that's just the consequences, or that's just the karma, right? That's from my actions. But I just still don't feel like it's stopping them from coming towards you. The Justice card could be somebody wanting to come forward and apologize, or try to make something right or bring something into balance with you. The Knight of Pentacles could be you know, one just saying doing that with you because that's your energy, but it could also just be them moving towards you cautiously. You know, and the Sun card, you know, I feel like they're looking for something positive in their life or something to make themselves feel better here, because I do feel like you always were that kind of like light in their life, right? So that is what I have for you, Taurus. I do hope that this helps. The signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Gemini, Scorpio, Aries, Virgo, Cancer. I see Libra, Taurus, and Leo. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. Everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Hello Virgos, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to go ahead and get into your person on your mind reading. We're looking at their current feelings towards you. In case you guys did not watch the intro video, I am doing a giveaway. I'm giving away a free 3-question recorded video reading. It's super, super easy to enter. You can enter on this video here. And if you want instructions on how to enter, like I said, it's super easy. You can just go watch the intro video, the intro part of the video. There's a timestamp for it, the very beginning of the video, and it will tell you how to do that. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. We're looking at the person on Virgo's mind and their current feelings towards Virgo. The person on Virgo's mind and their current feelings towards Virgo. All right, we have the 7 of Cups in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. And I see the 10 of Wands in the reverse coming up next. I'm interested in seeing what comes up as we move along, but I'm getting 2 separate messages here, okay? For some of you, I think that there is some kind of illusion or fantasy that this person has been holding on to, that maybe they're kind of being forced to like be very real with themselves about, right? So for some of you, I think that that 7 of Cups is in the reverse is coming up that way, where I feel like somebody's like kind of having to, like with sex, like face the music or face reality in a situation. The other way that I'm seeing this is the 7 of Cups in the reverse sometimes can indicate feeling like we don't have another choice. And the 10 of Wands in the reverse, this can resonate one of 2 ways. For some of you, it could be that somebody may need you for something, right? And it's like, I don't want to come to Virgo like this, but I don't feel like I have another option. The other way that I can take that, you know, is there could be something that has been really weighing on this person. So whether this is like, you know, something that was said or done that they feel like they need to be honest with you about, or they feel like they need to apologize for, there is something that has been really weighing on this person, and they feel like, I don't, you know, if I'm ever going to be able to like get past this or let this go, I think I might need to come and express this to Virgo. So we're going to clarify. Some of you, you know, it's going to resonate a little differently for all of you. So just take it how it applies for your situation. Coming up next, I see the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, which is interesting because this is Virgo energy. This is your energy, but it's in the reverse, and this is in their energy. To be honest, this is interesting because it has happened that way for, I think this is the third reading that I've done so far today for this video, where that same sign that I was reading for had their energy come up, but in the reverse. So I don't know what's going on in the collective, but that's something that I just noticed. So the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse in their energy. One, this could indicate that this part of what this person may be wanting to come and, like, that they feel like they need to get off their chest or they need to apologize for. Could be where this person is recognizing where there were certain words, choices, actions, behaviors that had a really negative impact on you, right? With that energy coming up in the reverse. So for some of you, I think it's a confirmation of that. The Nine of Pentacles in the reverse could also indicate where somebody is not where they want to be in life. They could feel like this is just not where I want to be. I don't feel like I have myself together. It can be a very drained energy. So whether it's that this situation is taking a lot from this person, whatever's weighing on them is taking a lot from them, whether it's like physically, you know, financially, they're not where they want to be. I feel like it could be, you know, either of those messages or both. I see the Four of Swords in the reverse coming up next. So one, to me, this is a confirmation for kind of some of the energy that we've already seen, where the Four of Swords in the reverse can feel very unsettled. It's like I feel really unsettled with the situation being the way that it is between us right now. And I can't find a sense of peace. So somebody may feel, like I said, this may be taking a lot from them or weighing on them. They may feel like I'm not going to be able to find a sense of peace, or I'm not going to be able to heal from something or get past something until I do this. So that's one way that it can resonate. The Four of Swords in the reverse can talk about breaking the silence or coming out of a period of silence or separation. So it could be somebody coming out of this energy in order to do that. Coming up next, I see the Nine of Wands in the reverse. It can be an energy of giving up or letting go. Like I said, I feel like somebody doesn't feel like they're going to be able to, you know, put some of this down or let this go or move on until they do, until there's something that they express. They also may be worried here. You know, the Nine of Wands in reverse can be a card of like giving up or letting go. So whether it's that they feel like they're not going to be able to, or whether they wonder if you already have, like maybe you've totally given up on them in the situation. Maybe you've already completely let go. I feel like somebody doesn't, they may not have access to you in some way, or they may feel like they don't know where you're at with things at this point. Coming up underneath the Nine of Wands in the reverse, I see the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, so the Four of Pentacles in the reverse can be an energy of letting go, whether that's like letting go of control, just letting go in general. Like I said, I really feel like a lot of this is just confirming this big message of, one, this person could be worried or wondering, have you already let go? Have you moved on? Where is Virgo at with this situation? But the other part of it is where I feel like, and maybe that was part of a fantasy that this person had. Maybe they felt like you were going to reach out to them, or maybe they felt like this would have come back together already by now. And now this Seven of Cups in the reverse, they're like, okay, well, look how long it's been, or look at this, or look at that. I'm having to be really real with myself now. That maybe what I thought isn't reality. But I also feel like it's coming through as this person feels like there's so much that they are holding on to that they don't feel like they're going to be able to let it go if they don't come and express something to you. Whether that's if I don't come and shoot my shot, or if I have things I feel like I need to apologize for and I don't feel like I'm going to be able to move on if I don't do this. Coming up underneath the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, we have the Devil in the reverse. Yeah, so there's something here that this person is like, this person, one, may have had some unhealthy coping mechanisms, and that could have caused this person to not be in the space that they want to be in, right? So, you know, if they've had a hard time with the breakup, or if they had, you know, a hard time in their life, they may have had, you know, coping mechanisms that just didn't make their situation better, whether that is, you know, drinking, shopping, going out, whatever it is here. For some of you, I think that that is something that they're seeing, like, I'm in this situation I'm in because of this, and I can no longer pretend or ignore that I'm not. The other way that I could see that resonating is, I feel like somebody feels like they're not going to be able to let this go. You know, the devil can talk about still feeling very attached to something, and it not having the best impact on us, or not really being the best for us. So somebody's recognizing where me staying in this energy, you know, feeling attached to Virgo here, maybe isn't, you know, the best for me, or holding on to illusions or fantasies about this connection isn't the best for me. But I don't feel like I'm going to be able to change that until I face up to this. Coming up underneath the Four of Swords in the reverse. Wow, what a huge confirmation. We have the Knight of Cups. I don't think there could be a better confirmation. The Knight of Cups can be a card of an apology, but it's definitely somebody coming towards you and expressing how they feel. So, and that's coming up under the Four of Swords in the reverse, which can be a card of like breaking the silence. So that's a huge confirmation. Coming up underneath the Nine of Wands in the reverse, I see the Queen of Wands. I do think that this person doesn't know where you're at with things. But I think that this person does want to come towards you and tell you how they feel. I think that you're still what this person wants. And I think they do still feel this pull towards you, this connection with you. Because, you know, in the Queen of Wands, she is grasping onto a sunflower. In a lot of decks, you will see her depicted with a sunflower. And in the tarot, the sunflowers are representative of our happiness, right? So it's like she picked what's going to make her happy. She already knows what she wants here. And I feel like that's how this person is feeling about you. This is what I want. But at the very least, I can't just keep sitting in this fantasy space. I have to either come and shoot my shot or come and apologize. I have to do something if I'm going to get out of the space I'm in. For some of you, I'm kind of getting the feeling that this person may be stuck in this space for quite some time. So whether it's like, you know, the only way I'm going to be able to move forward either way, whether that's with having a chance with Virgo or just being able to move on, I'm not going to be able to do either if I don't come forward. So the signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Virgo, Libra, Pisces, Aries. Those are the signs I'm seeing. I see all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I do hope that this helps. Everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. If you are interested in the giveaway, go to the intro, the very beginning part of this video, and it will tell you how to enter. It's super easy. But that's what I have for you guys, and I will see you next time. Hello, Cancers. How are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading. We're looking at their current feelings towards you. Now, in case you guys did not watch the intro part of the video, I am doing a giveaway for a free 3-question recorded video reading, and it's super easy to enter for that, and I will be doing that from this video. If you want to learn how to enter for the free reading, like I said, it's super easy. There are instructions in the intro part of the video. So at the very beginning of the video, there's also a timestamp for it if you're interested. All right, let's go ahead, Cancers, and take a look and see what is going on for you. All right, Cancer. Person on Cancer's mind and their current feelings towards Cancer. Person on Cancer's mind and their current feelings towards Cancer. Person on Cancer's mind and their current feelings towards Cancer. Okay, we have the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And the first card out, we have the Ace of Wands. I think there's somebody here, Cancer, who does want some kind of new beginning here with you. Whether that is, you know, somebody coming back towards you or somebody just wanting like a new start within a connection. That being said, I think that this person is very aware that this is not going to be easy. The Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck indicate, you know, hard work and burdens. There's a lot here, right? A lot that this person is carrying. So I do kind of feel like that. I feel like this person does want this, but it's not lost on them that this is a new beginning, is not going to be something that is, you know, comes easily. You know, another thing that's coming to me with this Ten of Wands energy too, I think it's not just that there is going to be a lot of work involved in it. I think it's also that this person feels like there's been a lot that has like transpired, a lot that has happened here. So this person could feel like you are still holding on to things, whether that's anger, hurt, resentment. Maybe they're holding on to some things as well. We have the Seven of Swords coming up next. So I'm getting a couple different things with this. First, I do feel like there could be a lack of trust in this connection. So for some of you, there could be, you know, have been situations in the past where there have been breaches of trust, or that caused the trust to be lost, right? So for some of you, this definitely could represent the fact that there isn't a lot of trust here, and maybe that is part of the reason why somebody knows that something is going to be very difficult to, you know, overcome. But the other message that I'm getting from the Seven of Swords here is I feel like this is in their approach too, because I do feel like somebody's going to be approaching you here, whether, you know, that's regardless of what the current situation is, whether you're in no contact or whether this is somebody you're currently dealing with still. The Seven of Swords can be a card of strategy. It can also be an energy that indicates like a discreet energy. So for some of you, somebody could be moving towards you discreetly. For others of you, it could be that somebody is, you know, planning and strategizing in their approach to you, or in, you know, what they want to say to you. So, you know, communicating with you, but very strategically. Coming up next, I see the Ten of Swords in the reverse. I do feel like somebody doesn't want something to be over between the two of you, but they could also feel like something has gotten very drawn out. Sometimes the Ten of Swords in the reverse to me can be when something gets drug out a lot longer than it probably should. Now, whether that is, you know, you guys have been in the same space for a long time, whether there was a specific situation that kind of got drawn out, it can be either, or can be both of those messages. Coming up next, I see the Temperance. I think this is, you know, somebody here wanting to restore balance in this connection, make peace with you here, especially if there has, you know, been hurt on both sides. Like I said at the beginning of the reading, I do feel like this person views you as, you know, carrying certain things, whether that's like anger, hurt, resentment. So this could be this person like wanting to make amends, wanting to make peace with you. But the Temperance is also a card that represents the process of transformation, right? It is the alchemical process of transforming something from one state of being to another. But it is the process of doing that. And that is something, I'm sure you've heard that expression, right? You can't rush the process. It's something that takes time. It's not something that can be done overnight. It's something that you have to show up consistently for and work towards. But then at some point you will get there if you stay consistent, if you show up. So to me, I feel like somebody is coming in a very realistic energy, right? It's not just like, oh, let's just start over. You know, they're recognizing that it's going to be really hard. There's a lot here, a lot to unpack, a lot to work through, and that it's going to take time, maybe time to heal things, time to earn back your trust. Time to get you guys from where you are to where they would like you to be. Coming up underneath the Ace of Wands, I see the High Priestess in the reverse. So I do feel like there could have been things that have been revealed in the past, whether this was, you know, secrets, whether this was truths. I do feel like that has really impacted the connection. And for some of you, you may have even been in a period of, either in just a really conflicted period where there's been a lot of challenges or obstacles since something came to light, or maybe even in a separation since then. The other way that I could read that is, for some of you, if it hasn't been that there has been things come to the light, which I think for some of you there has been, even if it is just like realizations and truths in that sense. But the other way that I could read this is sometimes the High Priestess is an energy of, keeping our thoughts and feelings to ourselves. It's like, it's keeping that, hidden, keeping it, not sharing it. When it comes up in the reverse, this could be somebody coming towards you and really opening up to you in a way that they haven't, or haven't in a long time. Coming up under the Seven of Swords, I see the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So I do feel like somebody is going to be coming towards you, and I do feel like they are going to be opening up to you, but I also think that because of whatever's happened here, or because of the distrust that you feel for this person is assuming that they are kind of looking at this, I don't want to say that, they're kind of looking at this attempt as like wishful thinking, right? Like, I want this, and I know it's not going to be easy, and I'm going to try, but I don't actually think it's going to go the way I want it to go. The Nine of Cups in the reverse can be a card of, like thinking that something is hopeless or wishful thinking here. The other way that I can read that too, with it coming up under the Seven of Swords, is the Nine of Cups in the reverse to me sometimes can be a little bit of a greedy or selfish energy if you're reading it in the shadow aspect of the Nine of Cups. So this person could just be, looking, and that could be part of what they're wanting to open up to you about, is that they see now, maybe how selfish that they have been, or they see now where there are certain actions, behaviors, really negatively impacted you in the connection. Because I kind of feel here, sometimes the Nine of Cups, if you're looking at it from that context, it can be where somebody's only focusing on what they want and how things are for them. So I think there could have been a lot of really hurtful things that took place here, and because somebody was only focused on how something was going to affect them and not what that was going to look like for you. So I think that there's a certain level of accountability or acknowledgement that may be coming forward. Coming up underneath the Ten of Swords in the reverse, I see the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Now, I'm just going to be really honest with you. I am really disappointed to see that here. Because to me, the Knight of Cups in the reverse, yes, it can be something coming towards you, and it can be an expression of emotion. But a lot of times to me, when it's in the reverse position, it doesn't feel very genuine. So it could be that, somebody is coming towards you and they are opening up and they are taking this accountability. But it's possible here with this Knight of Cups in the reverse that it's not fully genuine. And especially with it coming out under the Ten of Swords in the reverse, because to me that can indicate somebody really not wanting something to be over. So sometimes this could feel like, when you put that together, right, somebody who's coming forward and they're acknowledging and they're taking accountability and they're like, I'm ready to put the work in, but it's because they don't want this to be over. Not necessarily, I'm not saying that there's no belief in it or no truth to it, right? But they're not coming forward just because that's true. They're not taking accountability just because it's the right thing to do. It's because they are hoping that this is their chance and not, losing you for good. Coming up underneath the Temperance, I see the Seven of Wands. And if you guys hear any background chit chatter, it's summertime still. My kids are out of school. I have a Gemini daughter, and she is always talking. So we're just gonna pretend like we don't hear her in the background, and hopefully you don't. The Seven of Wands coming up underneath the Temperance. I mean, the Temperance, like I said, it's that energy of somebody wanting to make peace with you. I think it's going to be very difficult because I think they're kind of finding you in this Seven of Wands energy, which is like no longer tolerating certain things, having your guard up, and having made up your mind too. The Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's a card of standing up for yourself. It's a card of not settling, and being on guard. So you know, even though I think somebody's going to be coming in and trying this, and they may feel very determined in doing so, I think that they're seeing I think that you're in a very different space than maybe you have been in the past. And I mean that in a very positive way, Cancer. But the signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Pisces, Aquarius, Gemini, Sagittarius. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can still resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. Everything you need to know, whether it's about this reading, scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. Remember, if you are interested in entering for the special, there is all instructions on how to do that. Or not the special, the giveaway. If you're interested in the giveaway, there is instructions in the intro part of the video. But I will see you guys next time. Hello Pisces, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we're going to go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to be looking at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. All right, Pisces. Just in case you guys did not watch the intro part of the video, I'm doing a giveaway. I'm giving away a free 3-question recorded video reading from this video. It's super easy to enter for it, and there are instructions in the intro part of the video, and there's a timestamp for that if you want to enter. So let's go ahead, Pisces, and take a look and see the person on your mind and their current energies towards you. Also, just a heads up, it's summertime, so my kids are home, and I have a teenage Gemini daughter who is always talking. If her eyes are open, she's talking. So in the background, if you hear her chit-chatting away in her room, just try not to mind it. All right, Pisces, person on your mind and their current feelings towards Pisces. All right, we have the Magician in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. The first card out, we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm going to be honest with you, I already really don't care for this. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, to me, you know, this is something that it's very stuck. It's at a standstill. It's not moving forward, but I feel like it's more than just that. I feel like somebody is like really dragging their feet on something here. But with the Magician in the reverse can be, how do I say this? One, sometimes it can be somebody who's just not quite sure what it is that they want. So that could be part of the problem. The other way that I can read that, though, is sometimes the Magician in the reverse can be somebody who's a little bit manipulative, you know, or somebody who's like a smooth talker, or you know, is willing to say what they need to in order to kind of get things to go the way that they want them to. So to me, I feel like there's somebody here who may be like saying a lot or making a lot of promises, but their actions aren't really aligning with that. It's what this is feeling like to me, Pisces. So there definitely could be somebody here who's kind of like dragging their feet when it comes to taking some kind of action, but you know, saying all the right things. Now, like I said, for some of you, it could more be too that, you know, part of the reason why somebody's hesitant or somebody's not taking those steps is because somebody's still really questioning what it is they actually want when it comes to this connection. So let's keep going and see what comes up. I see the Strength card. So there's a distinct energy of holding back here. So we can see somebody's not necessarily taking the action. Something is, you know, at a standstill, and somebody's really holding back. Now, you know, with this 8 energy here as well, you know, to me, sometimes that can be a very cyclical energy. So you may have noticed certain cycles or patterns when it comes to this person already. We have the Six of Swords coming up next. This person could feel, Pisces, that you either are, you know, either have one foot out the door already, or that maybe you are very close to that, right? So some of you, maybe you've already pulled your energy back. Maybe you've already kind of moved away, and that's why they're viewing you that way here. For others of you, they could feel like it's very close. And maybe that's why the Magician in the reverse is here, where somebody is, you know, trying to smooth things over. Coming up next, I see the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Pisces, for some of you, the person that you're dealing with, you could be dealing with somebody who is, you know, a little bit bitter when it comes to the past. So when it comes to love and relationships in general, they could be a little bit bitter. The Queen of Swords in the reverse sometimes can be a very bitter energy. Sometimes it also indicates somebody just not making the wisest choices. It can indicate somebody, you know, not learning from, you know, not learning from the past, not learning from their mistakes. So let's start to clarify and see what comes up here. I also feel like there could be somebody here, this person could be very avoidant when it comes to, you know, talking things over. So even if you try to, you know, Queen of Swords in reverse, Six of Swords, if you're trying to have a conversation with this person about, you know, where something is going or how to work through whatever the blockage is, you know, you may find that this person like shuts down or pulls back, or they're just not very communicative. So I do feel like that here, where I feel like you could be dealing with somebody anytime that you try to have a conversation or bring something up or make any progress, you may be dealing with a very avoidant person. Coming up under the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, I see the Emperor in the reverse. You know, and I'm getting two separate messages from that. You know, the Emperor in the reverse can be read, you know, a couple different ways. If you're reading it as the reverse, just the opposite meaning, you know, sometimes to me that can feel like something that could feel very out of your hands or out of control. And you may feel that way when it comes to this person, where it's like, you know what, I've done what I can do to, you know, move this connection forward. I've tried to have conversations. I've done this, I've done that. I've been patient. So you may be in a space where you're like, you know what, I've done what I can do. We only have control over how we react, what we allow. I want to say it like that, right? What we participate in and what we allow. We can't control other people. We can't make somebody act right. We can't make somebody conversate with us. We can't make somebody want to move something forward. But we do have total control over what we allow and what we participate in. And I think that that's where you're at. Like, you know what, I can't make this person do these things, but I can control whether I, you know, continue to participate in this. I can control whether I settle for this, you know, or so I feel like that's part of that message here. And I think this person is seeing that. Now, the other way that I can read that too is if you're reading it as more of a shadow aspect of the Emperor, it can be a very, very controlling, very domineering energy, almost like a doubling down on the negative, you know, aspects of that card. And so it could be that this person, it's like very, very much so like my way or the highway. It could be very hard to, you know, make any progress when they're in that space. It could be both of those messages. Coming out under the Strength card, we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, I really think this person, they're holding back, but they're seeing you kind of let go. They are seeing you let go. Even if you have, some of you, maybe you've already walked away and that's what they're seeing here. For others of you, you know, maybe you're still dealing with this connection, but they're noticing something very different in your energy or your behavior, right? Your actions. Coming up under the Six of Swords, I see the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you may be really focusing on yourself. You could be very focusing on your responsibilities, whether it's like your work, your goals, your family. I do feel like you are moving into a space where you're no longer allowing something to steal your peace, right? Like you're choosing to focus on what you can control and the other aspects of your life. I actually feel like you're moving in a very positive direction, Pisces, and I feel like this person is seeing that. They're seeing this detachment. They're seeing this, you know, new side to you. I feel too, part of the problem here, Pisces, with this person is, and I'm not saying this in a negative way towards them, and you know, we're all in different spaces. We all have different things going on in our life, but I feel like wherever this person is at right now, they may feel like they don't have the capability or the desire to take on the responsibility of a relationship right now. The thing is, though, instead of just being forthcoming and expressing to you that, I think that they've been trying to kind of keep you, but also not move things forward. And I think that's where the problem really comes in. Not so much that somebody's not ready for that. It's so much that somebody's just not being upfront about it. Coming up under the Queen of Swords in the reverse, we see the Four of Cups in the reverse. So, you know, it's hard because I feel like this person doesn't want things to be quite like this, but they do want to come out of this space with you, but at the same time, they're not going about it the right way here, and they're still not willing to have the conversation. And I think that makes it really hard, right? It makes it really hard to work through something like that. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. The signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, Aries, Leo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Libra, and Cancer. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that is what I have for you. I hope it helps. Everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading, scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. If you are interested in the giveaway, I don't know if I remember to tell you guys this at the beginning of the video, but I am doing a giveaway. I'm giving away a free 3-question recorded video reading. If you're interested in finding out how to enter that, it's super easy. There's instructions in the intro part of the video. But I will see you guys in your next reading. Hello Scorpios, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading. Whoever you're thinking about, that is who this reading is intended to be about. Scorpios, in case you guys did not watch the intro part of the video, I am doing a free giveaway. It is a 3-question recorded video reading that I'm going to be giving away, and I'm going to be doing that from this video. It's super, super easy to enter, and the instructions for how to do so are in the intro part of the video. So you can just go to the very beginning of the video, or you can click on the timestamp that says intro. But let's go ahead and get into your reading. Person on Scorpio's mind, what are their current feelings towards Scorpio? What are their current feelings towards Scorpio? I see the Ace of Cups in the reverse, and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Right under the Queen of Swords in the reverse, I do see the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like somebody's kind of bitter about how something has turned out between the two of you. Because I do feel like for some of you, there is somebody who still has they have a vision, right, for how they really expected or wanted something to go between the two of you, what they wanted you guys to have together. And I do feel like this person expected to have like a future with you. I think somebody's a little bitter about what they perceive that they have lost here, right? It's not just that they lost you, but it's like they lost that whole vision that they had. The Ace of Cups in the reverse. So one, I do feel like somebody, to me this is, there's a few messages with that Ace of Cups in the reverse. First, somebody could feel like they may desire a new opportunity with you, but they may feel like that's not something that they can have right now for whatever reason. We'll find out more as we get more cards out. The other way that can resonate is sometimes the Ace of Cups in the reverse can be unrequited emotions or unrequited feelings. So this person may feel like your feelings for them have changed, okay? So even if this person knows that you did really love them, Scorpio, they may feel like the way that you are feeling about them or the connection right now is very different than how it used to be. They may feel like when they had an opportunity with you, because sometimes the Ace of Cups in the reverse can be like a missed opportunity or a blown chance, right? So they may feel like when they had a chance with you, that they really messed that up. When I say that they're bitter, I don't even necessarily mean at you, just I think in general, right? Where they feel like they've lost a lot here. You know, you, the connection, and this entire future. This person's still in love with you. We have the Two of Cups coming up next. So they are very much still in love with you. This person does still want some kind of connection or reunion with you. They view you as their person, Scorpio. I also feel like coming off of this Ace of Cups in the reverse, it's like the Two of Cups can be a card of alignment. This person may feel like, yes, in the past, you know, I messed things up, or, you know, things went this way, but they do believe it would be very different now. Coming up next, I see the Sun card. And part of that is because I think somebody is seeing things very differently than they used to. The Sun card can like shine a light on something. It can, you know, bring things to the light. It can expose things. And I don't mean that in like, as in like secrets and stuff, although maybe that is something that didn't happen. I more just feel like somebody is seeing things very differently than they used to. And because of that, they feel like this time around things would be very different. They feel like you guys would be very happy together. I think with the Sun card, this person does view you as their happiness, right? There could be, too, with the Sun energy, there could be a certain level of pride or ego that this person is, you know, struggling with when it comes to this connection as well. And guys, just a heads up, it is summertime, so my kids are out of school still. They're still home. And I have a little Gemini daughter who, as soon as her eyes open, she's talking, right? If her eyes are open, she's talking, period. So if you can hear her in the background, we'll just try to ignore that. Coming up next, I see the Nine of Wands in the reverse. So the Nine of Wands in the reverse, it definitely can feel very draining. You know, this person could feel very like mentally or emotionally drained from this situation. A part of them feels like they should probably just give up. But I also feel like there is a bigger part of them that does not want to. They may feel like you have already like given up or let go of the connection. And there's a part of them that sees, especially with the Sun card, they see that they probably should, but I think they're having a hard time with that. Coming up underneath the Ace of Cups in the reverse, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Like I said, it's a very different energy between the head and the heart here. Their head's like, I know that I probably should stop holding on. I know that I should probably just try to let this go. But their heart doesn't want to. The Ace of Pentacles here coming right underneath the Ace of Cups in the reverse, I think is very telling. So, you know, their heart still feels like maybe there is hope someday. Maybe there is still potential. The Knight of Wands in the reverse coming up underneath the Two of Cups. So, like I said, this person feels like something would be very different. So if this person in the past was inconsistent, if they were like hot and cold, or they weren't ready to settle down, or they were selfish, you know, I feel like somebody is seeing, like, I don't want to be like that anymore. It wouldn't be like that this time. Coming up underneath the Sun card, I see the Fool card in the reverse. So somebody does feel like they were very careless with your heart in the past. They feel like they made you know, risky choices and it cost them you. So that's part of what this person is seeing very clearly here. Coming up underneath the Nine of Wands in the reverse, we have the Three of Wands in the reverse. So the Three of Wands in the reverse, you know, it does feel a little bit hopeless. It does feel like I can't see something working out the way that I want it to. So, like I said, I feel like this person is really struggling between still really wanting this and feeling like I don't want to let it go because I feel like it would be so different now. But also, you know, trying to be realistic and in their head telling themselves, you know, it's probably best to let go. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. The signs that I'm seeing, I see Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sagittarius. I see Leo, Aries. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can still resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. Everything you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put a little prayer emoji in the comments down below and I will go through and pray for you. If you do want to enter for the giveaway, it's super easy and there is all the information about that in the intro part of the video. But I will see you guys next time. Hello Geminis, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading. Whoever you're thinking about, that is who this reading is intended to be about. And everything that you need to know is in the description box below for you. In case you guys did not watch the intro part of the video, I am doing a giveaway. I'm giving away a free 3-question recorded video reading. It's super easy to enter. If you want to know how to do so, you can just go watch the intro part of the video. There's instructions in there. So we're going to go ahead and get into your reading. Person on Gemini's mind and their current feelings towards Gemini. Person on Gemini's mind and their current feelings towards Gemini. Alright, at the bottom of the deck I see the Tower in the reverse. And the first card out, I see the Knight of Cups. Gemini, I feel like there's somebody who is going to be expressing something to you, coming towards you and expressing something to you. For some of you, this could be somebody you're in separation with, or this could be somebody that you're currently dealing with. But I do see somebody kind of telling you where they stand or telling you how they feel. And to me, it looks like with this Tower in the reverse, I think that it's this person having a desire to, I'm trying to think of the right way to express it. I don't feel like I want to say like walk on eggshells, but I do feel, because I don't feel like it's quite like that, but it's like, I think somebody wants to kind of like tread carefully, maybe is a better way. So it's like they want to come and like let you know where they stand or, you know, express how they're feeling to you, but they feel like that they need to do it carefully or they need to do it the right way, right? I think they feel like, you know, how they do this really does matter. It makes a difference, especially with the Tower in the reverse. It's like, I think somebody's wanting to avoid some kind of, you know, Tower moment or issue here. And that could be part of it too. You know, this person may be kind of foreseeing something or foreseeing this conversation going in a certain way. So they're trying to figure out how they can, you know, word this or approach this to kind of mitigate that. Yeah, and here's a confirmation for that. The first card out, I see the Page of Wands. So it definitely does feel like communication here. The pages, can be the messengers of the tarot. And even here, he's like clutching something to his chest. I feel like there is something that, and it feels like important. I feel like there is something that this person does want to express to you, and it does feel like they feel that it's very important. But like I said, they want this conversation to go a certain way, so I do feel like they have put a lot of thought into this. First card, or the next card coming up, we see the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So I'm getting a couple different messages with that. For some of you, this person may be wanting to communicate to clear up some kind of confusion, right? And if somebody was very unclear about something in the past, whether that was how they felt, what they wanted, I do feel like somebody is feeling a lot more clear about things. That could be, triggering this person to want to communicate with you. Because I definitely do feel here with that Seven of Cups in the reverse that somebody is feeling a lot more clear. But that could be part of their intention in communicating, or their hope in communicating with you, is that they could be wanting to clear something up. So if things have been in a weird or kind of messy space between the two of you, or if things maybe you're in a no contact situation, or things are just in a unclear space, I do feel like somebody's wanting to clear things up. Coming up next, I see the King of Pentacles in the reverse. This is feeling very specific to me, Gemini, but so if this doesn't resonate for you, then just check out some of your other sign placements. I read for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements, so you can check out any of those other signs, and you may find a reading that resonates more for you if this one doesn't, because I do feel like it's a very specific message. For some of you here, I feel like this could be somebody that you maybe have been or are dealing with, that you maybe you didn't fully know where you stood with a person, or something could have started off like friends, or started off very like friend with benefits, or just something very casual maybe. But even here, I feel like this person isn't exploring any other options, or doesn't want to. Especially with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, I don't feel like they're necessarily interested in exploring other options or other people, or to me it does feel kind of like it's such a weird, because I feel like these are almost opposite energies kind of, but it feels like an exclusive, non-committal relationship, if that makes sense. Where I feel like it's like somebody doesn't have the desire to, have any kind of connection like that with anybody else. But at the same time, I think somebody's also not looking for something very serious, or, committed, or in that sense, right? Where it's like committed and trying to move something forward, trying to build a life, having something very serious. I feel like this person may feel like they're not ready for that, but they're okay with it just being the two of you. That could be part of what this person is wanting to express to you, Gemini, here, right? And I think that could be why they're a little bit worried about with that Tower in the reverse, because they maybe aren't sure how you're going to feel about the fact that they are maybe not looking for something very serious, or they're not wanting that type of connection right now. And I feel like this is important because, one, I do feel like this person is wanting to like be clear and be fair to you here. And that could be part of the reason why they want to express this to you. But I also feel like, you are important to them. And I do feel like they don't want, anybody else here. So it's kind of like, I'm hoping that this is enough for Gemini right now. Coming up next, I see the Queen of Wands in the reverse. I do feel this person isn't feeling the most confident when it comes to this conversation. I also feel they could have some insecurities, and whether that is within themselves when it comes to love and relationships in general. I am kind of getting the feeling this person may not be, fully healed, or, I don't think anybody's ever fully healed, right? I think we're always something more kind of like an ongoing project we're always kind of working on. But I mean, I feel like this person may still be pretty impacted by things from the past, okay? And I don't think it's even just, you, like I said, I feel like it's relationships in general. This person may have, certain issues with at this time. Coming up under the Page of Wands, I see the Seven of Wands. So you know, I do feel like this person is in a space where they're not quite ready to, like, they're not willing to change their mind, right? This person knows what they're ready for and what they're not. But I think that they are hoping that what they are willing to offer you is going to be enough. I don't know if it is going to be or not, Gemini. Only you guys get to decide that. But the Seven of Wands can be an energy of not wanting to settle. You know, it's especially if you're wanting a certain type of relationship. And to me, this could indicate too that this person is just still in a very guarded energy, right? They could be very emotionally guarded still. Coming up under the Seven of Cups in the reverse, we see the Chariot, which is interesting because you have the Seven of Wands, you have the Seven of Cups, and then the Chariot is also a 7 energy. So you have multiple sevens here. Sevens are willpower and determination. So, and it can be a very spiritual energy as well. So this could indicate that this is some kind of spiritual connection, whether it's a karmic connection, whether it's meant to teach some kind of spiritual lesson. There is definitely a spiritual quality to this connection here. I also do feel with these sevens that there is, and even the Seven of Wands, like I said, it is a very it's a very strong energy, the Chariot as well. So both of these energies to me, you know, willpower, determination. I think this person is not willing to change their mind right now. But the Chariot, you know, it is like wanting something to move forward, but only in a certain sense. It's like, I want to keep going with you. I want to keep doing what we're doing here. But I want to be very clear with you about what that looks like moving forward. Coming up underneath the King of Pentacles in the reverse, I see the Hangman in the reverse. I think this person is a little bit worried that when when they express to you that they're not looking for something, you know, very serious or committed or long term, you know, that you may release, that you may be wanting to like release this. The other way that I can read this, sometimes the Hangman in the reverse definitely can be a releasing energy, but the Hangman in the upright position can be a card that talks about, you know, seeing something from a new perspective, right? Somebody else's perspective. When it comes up in the reverse, sometimes to me it can be, you know, kind of the opposite of that. It's like somebody's not willing to look at something from a different perspective. It's like, I've made up my mind. And you kind of get that same energy with that Seven of Wands. So somebody's made up their mind that what they're willing to, what they're willing to give and what they're not. What they are willing for this connection to be and what it won't be. Coming up under the Queen of Wands in the reverse, I see the Nine of Cups. I think this person is hoping, like I said, hoping that this is going to be enough for you, Gemini, but I don't know. So only you guys get to decide what's best for you, but that is what I'm seeing here. The signs that I'm seeing, I see Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancer, Taurus. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. Everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. Remember, if you are interested in the giveaway, all the information for how to enter for that is in the intro part of the video. But I will see you guys in your next reading. Hello Libras, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we're going to go ahead and get into your person on your mind reading. In case you guys did not watch the intro part of the video, I am doing a giveaway. I am giving away a free 3-question recorded video reading from this video. It is super, super easy to enter. If you are interested in figuring out how to enter for the giveaway, all that information is in the intro part of the video. You can go click on the timestamp that says intro and it'll take you right there. All right, let's go ahead, Libra, and take a look and see what is going on for you. We are looking at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. Person on Libra's mind and their current feelings towards Libra. All right, we have the Page of Cups in the reverse. And I see the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so right underneath the Page of Cups in the reverse, I see the High Priestess in the the High Priestess in the upright position. I feel like I'm getting a lot of different messages from just these cards here, so we're going to start to go over them. Keep in mind, guys, that we are reading for a lot of different people, right? So take what messages resonate for you and then leave the rest for somebody else. If one part doesn't resonate for you, it doesn't mean the rest of the reading can't, okay? But the Page of Cups in the reverse with the High Priestess here, I feel like there is a lot that this person would like to express to you, but they feel, for whatever reason, they feel like they can't right now or shouldn't. The High Priestess definitely can be an energy where we are keeping our thoughts and feelings to ourselves, right? It's a lot of very internal energy. We're just kind of not sharing that. And so I do feel that, especially with the Page of Cups in the reverse. You know, it's so strange because I don't typically get this, but I am kind of getting a little bit of like a, I don't know what the word for that is, sacrificial type energy coming through. Or somebody, it's like somebody has things they want to express or they want to communicate, whether it's communicate in general or there's something specific that they want to say to you, but they're not. And it feels like they're not because of something they feel is bigger than them, right? And that's where I get that like sacrificial energy with that Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles could be a card of family. It can be a card of values though too, right? So I do kind of feel like that here. There's some kind of bigger reason why this person may feel like communicating or expressing how they feel maybe isn't the right thing to do for whatever reason. It's a really interesting energy, and we'll see what comes up next. Now, too, sometimes the Page of Cups to me in the reverse kind of can give that like feeling like you're the one that got away energy. Because, you know, when he's upside down, these fish are dropping out of this cup. They're about to be in that water and be gone so fast. And I kind of feel like that here. And maybe this person does feel that way. That could be part of what this person is feeling that they're not wanting to express. So to me, this could indicate that somebody is having a lot more feelings about a situation, or you in general, that they are kind of keeping close to their chest right now. Coming up next to this Ten of Pentacles, I see the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So this feels like a very bitter energy. I did kind of get a similar message for somebody, but I honestly can't remember which sign it was. I think that it was Scorpio. So if you're dealing with a Scorpio, or you have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, you may want to check out that reading as well. But it was a very similar energy as this part right here, where I do feel here, Libra, that I do feel like somebody's feeling a little bit bitter. Not necessarily at you, but just at the situation. And I feel like what they're bitter about here is how do I say that? What could have been, I guess, is a good way to say it, right? When they picture what you guys could have had or could have been, or, you know, what they wanted it to be, but they feel like they can't have that for whatever reason here, right? I feel like it's not just that this person feels like, not only am I losing Libra, the one that kind of got away energy, but I'm also losing this whole vision, right? This whole future, or this whole dream. And there, especially for some of you, with the Ten of Pentacles, I'm just going to be very honest, this part is not going to resonate for all of you. Okay, so if it doesn't, just ignore this part. But for some of you, I think there could be like somebody has a family here with that Ten of Pentacles energy. So there could be, you know, other connections or commitments, you know, involved in this situation somewhere. Somebody could be feeling very bitter about that too. Like in the sense of like, I wish I would have met you sooner, or I wonder what life would be like if we didn't meet at this time, or something like that. or just bitter about the circumstances, right? Coming up next, I see the King of Swords. And this is more of that, this is definitely a confirmation for that kind of, I have been feeling this underlying like sacrificial energy, and I do feel like this is a confirmation of that. Because the King of Swords is somebody who definitely can be cutting something out or detaching from something. And I think he gets a bad rap. Maybe I'm just soft, but I always view the King of Swords as like, yes, he can be cold. Yes, he can be detached. Yes, he's a lot more analytical, but it doesn't mean he doesn't have any feelings, right? It just means that he's not going to make his decisions based on how he feels. He's going to do what he thinks and believes the right thing to do is, regardless of how that makes him feel, right? It doesn't mean that he doesn't have these feelings. I think that he does here. I think this is what, this energy where that comes in, like that sacrificing, energy where it's almost like, I think this person could be detaching or, could be trying to, but not necessarily because they don't have the feelings. I think they have a lot of feelings here, especially with this bitter energy next to it too. I think that it's harder on this person than it may seem. I also think they're doing it because they think that is what is best or what that's the right thing, not necessarily because it's what they want. Or if you're the one that's detaching, they could be perceiving it that way as well, right? It's like they understand it, but still feel kind of bitter about it. Coming up next, I see the World card. So it could be, ending some kind of cycle. If there has been some kind of cycle or pattern in this connection, I think that there's, with the King of Swords right next to it, there's a recognition of that, right? I don't want to keep making them the same. I don't want to keep I don't want us to be stuck in this cycle or stuck in this pattern. So let's start to clarify and see what comes up. Coming up under the Ten of Pentacles, I see the Hangman. So somebody could feel stuck, where they are by circumstances, by values. Somebody could just feel like things have gotten to a very stagnant place between the two of you. Coming up under the Queen of Swords in the reverse, I see the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, missed their opportunity, or they just feel like, something doesn't have the potential to move forward. Not that because of the connection or a lack of feelings. To me, it feels more like situational or circumstantial. Or, even if there has been just even if the circumstance is, or the situation is that there's been a cycle or a pattern here that hasn't been the healthiest, that could be it on its own. But the Ace of Cups in the reverse, I think that's part of what somebody's feeling very bitter about, right? Is how they feel and what they want versus where something is at and the reality of the situation. It's hard to think about, I think the what could have been or what we lost type energy. Coming up under the King of Swords, I see the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, the Ten of Cups in the reverse, I think that's it's a hard energy, right? The Ten of Cups in the reverse to me feels like when we feel very, very far away from what it is that we want. When we think about how we want things to be, we feel very far away from that, or we feel like what we want isn't realistic or isn't possible. So that's where this person, is at here, and that's what's coming out under the King of Swords. It's like, yeah, I want this, but it's not realistic or it's not possible. And so that's why somebody's, I think, is trying to detach here. It's because it feels like it's the right thing to do, not necessarily what they want to do. I definitely feel like their head and heart are not quite on the same page here, but I think they are making their decisions from more of that head space than the heart. Coming up under the World card, I see the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, especially for those, so the Two of Pentacles sometimes can be a card of juggling or, more than one thing. For those of you where that is how this is resonating, I feel like there's been a cycle, somebody's closing that out. It's like, we can't keep doing that. For those of you where that's not the situation, the Two of Pentacles in the reverse can just feel like sometimes we don't have it together. Like I just don't have it together. I'm not handling it well. I'm not maintaining. So I kind of feel like that here where, like I said, even if it seems like this person is doing this easily, they're not. They don't have a good handle on things. But they are doing what they think is, or they're trying to detach. They're trying to do what they think the right thing to do is, or yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. So the signs I'm seeing for you, I see Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, all the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, and Capricorn. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I do hope that this helps. Everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading, scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put a little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. If you are interested in the giveaway, all the information is in the intro. All right, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Hello Aquarius, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to go ahead and get into your person on your mind reading, whoever you're thinking about. That is who this reading is intended to be about. And everything you need to know is in the description box below. In case you guys did not watch the intro part of the video, I am doing a giveaway. I'm giving away a free 3-question recorded video reading, and it's super, super easy to enter for that, and all the instructions for how to do so are in the intro part of the video. There is a timestamp for that if you guys want to check it out. So we're going to go ahead and get into your reading. We are looking at the person on Aquarius's mind and their current feelings towards Aquarius. The person on Aquarius's mind and their current feelings towards Aquarius. This energy has been coming up a lot. This card has been coming up a lot today. So I'm wondering if it's something, you know, in the collective. But we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. And the High Priestess. I'm getting a couple different messages here. For some of you, there could be somebody here who is I want to say I feel a little bit of an avoidant energy with this. Somebody here who is, you know, trying to avoid having a conversation. It feels, whether it's about, you know, in general, you know, or whether it is something in specific. I do feel somebody here who is, you know, being very, like either being very avoidant or very indirect. Now, so it's like they could be thinking and feeling a lot here, but I feel like they're keeping that to themselves here with that High Priestess energy. Or if there is something that maybe, you know, your intuition has been telling you, or something that you feel like this person is not being upfront with you about, and you're trying to address it, I feel like this person may be like, you know, like I said, like dodging, indirect, or avoiding. Now, for others of you, I do feel like this could be somebody that you're in separation with. And for those of you where that's the case, it could be that somebody's avoiding communication because they don't want to address something. But I also feel like there could just, the Queen of Swords in reverse to me can be a very bitter energy. So I do feel like for some of you, this person could be feeling very resentful or very bitter about the situation. But if that's the case, I feel like they're really keeping that to themselves, right? So you may not have any idea what this person is thinking or feeling, because I feel like they're keeping that, you know, very hidden, very close to them, their chest. But they could be, you know, feeling quite bitter about the situation. Coming up next, I see the Fool card. So there could be somebody here who is wanting some kind of new beginning here with you, or even feeling some kind of impulse to take action here. We're going to clarify these in a moment. But yeah, so they do feel the impulse, but I see them struggling to actually take action. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. One, they may not be quite sure what that next best step looks like. What's the best approach? And that could be part of why there is this hesitation. The other message I'm getting with this is the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Sometimes it's just it's like somebody who is dragging their feet. Somebody who knows what they need to do, but they're like really dragging their feet, whether that's in taking some kind of action or moving something forward here. So if there is something that you have been like waiting for this person to do, or, you know, something to move forward, that could be what this person could be avoiding, right? Avoiding, you know, the conversation about it here. Coming up next, I see the I see the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, this is feeling like a very specific message. So for some of you, I do feel like it, like I said, it could be a past energy, somebody feeling like they want to, like they're feeling some impulse to move towards you, but at the same time, I definitely feel like they're dragging their feet. And the Ace of Swords in reverse sometimes can be like information seeking or lacking clarity. Part of that could be because they don't know how they're going to be received, okay? Or they don't know where they stand, or they don't know where you're at with things. That's definitely one way that this could resonate. And the other message, though, that I'm getting here, for those of you where you're still currently involved with this person on some level, but they're just avoiding moving something forward or avoiding a conversation. You could be getting ready to ask this person questions, right? The Ace of Swords can be like a question or a truth-seeking energy, like you're wanting some kind of clarity, you're wanting some kind of answers from this person. So there could be a conversation coming up, or your attempt at a conversation coming up. Coming up under the High Priestess, I see the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this person could be keeping themselves very busy or distracted with this Eight of Pentacles energy. They could really be, I feel like, what is the word here that I'm looking for? Like almost like putting on a facade, where somebody could be really acting, you know, like, oh, I'm just too busy, like acting like they're not even thinking about the situation, when that's not the case at all. I feel like there's a lot going on under the surface with that High Priestess being there with that Eight of Pentacles energy. Coming up underneath the Fool card, I see the Four of Wands. So this person does have a specific goal in mind when it comes to this connection, like the way that they would like to see something go, or, you know, what they want something to be. Part of this too here is, for some of you that's like struggling to, this person could be struggling to take something to the next level, whether that is, you know, reaching out to try to reunite, whether that is, you know, just progressing the connection. The Four of Wands can be like stepping into that new chapter. The Fool card can be like taking that chance, that leap of faith, a new beginning, right? So there is that energy here, but it's like somebody's struggling to like follow through, or, you know, have the conversation. Coming up underneath the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, I see the Hangman in the reverse. I do think somebody is afraid of you fully letting go or fully releasing a situation with that Hangman in the reverse. Underneath the Ace of Swords in the reverse, we have the Six of Wands. I feel like this is such an interesting energy that's coming through here with this person, because I'm feeling almost like a lot of like back and forth or opposite energies. On one hand, with this Fool card and the Four of Wands, I really do feel like there is a big part of this person that wants to be able to to step, like either move something forward or to have some kind of new beginning or reconnect with you here. But there definitely seems to be a lot of fears here as well, because with that Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like I do feel like this person is just really dragging their feet on taking the action, right? Whether that is having the conversation or reaching out, whatever it is here. And some of that, that fear could be, just not really sure how things are going to go, not sure how it's going to be received. And I think they really do want something to work. The Six of Wands is here as well. The Six of Wands, wanting something to be successful, but maybe not feeling sure whether, especially with it coming out underneath the Ace of Swords in reverse, not really sure if it can work. Can it work? Can it be successful? So that could be a part of the reason why somebody is avoiding it. So I definitely feel like a push and pull within this person. Part of this person wants it. I think the other part is afraid of it. And I think that's true regardless of what the current situation is, what dynamic is, whether this is somebody you're in separation with and it's, them talking about a reunion here, or whether it's somebody that you're currently dealing with and something has been in the same space for a long time and just, hasn't been able to progress. There is definitely a part of this person that wants it to. And then there's another part of this person that, is really struggling to just kind of go for it here, even though the feeling for that is here, the desire for that is here. I see them really struggling here. And some of that could be because of this stuff here at the bottom of the deck. The Star card in the reverse can feel like a very hopeless energy. It can also indicate that there's a lot of healing that needs to be done. So this person could still be like really healing from something. They could be really affected by something from their past, especially with the Six of Cups in the reverse. The Six of Cups in the reverse can talk about, seeing the past kind of in a negative light and not wanting to experience something that we've experienced before. So, I do feel like this person is very affected by that, and I think it keeps them a little bit lost in direction. You can see that here with the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Eight of Wands is a card of direction and precision. In the reverse, it can feel a little bit lost, or even here, like you can see in this deck in particular, there's wands. Usually you'll see the wands depicted going in the same direction, but in this deck they're kind of going in opposite directions here, and I think that's part of it too. I feel like this person is feeling pulled in different directions. That being said, at the bottom of the deck here, I do see the Strength card in the reverse. I do feel like at some point this person isn't going to be able to keep holding back, or yeah, that's how I want to say it. Keep holding back in the way that they have been. So the signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Libra, Pisces, Virgo, Aquarius, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Leo. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.